Hi students, I wanted to talk about part 3 of the anatomy assignment. I went ahead and refreshed the type anatomy assignment and put down here some examples. So in part 3, you're going to choose 3 different examples of sans serif fonts and 3 different examples of serif fonts. And you can use cereal boxes, billboards, bus stop ads, signage, etc. And when you walk around, take pictures on your phone. Make sure you adjust the brightness and the sharpness to make the pictures look better. And also make sure that you're cropping your images into a square. And you need to upload your 6 images for a grade. So what I did on here, I went ahead and just grabbed a bunch of examples. What I want you to look at, some of these brands you will recognize, and some of them you will not. But as an example, look what I want you to look at, and it's hard to look at this one because of the angle, but look at this is a serif font. And the kerning, the space in between each letter, that looks okay. And they did a combination of serif with sans serif over here. This one and this barber shop, they use a serif font, and they went ahead and curved it and distorted a little bit. And you'll hear me at times say that you shouldn't distort type unless it actually makes sense. In this instance, it actually works quite well. It's not so obvious, and it does curve along the line, but it's nice. It's subtle. The other thing I do want you to look at, right here it says tweets. I would have tightened the space between the T and the W a little bit. That looks a little bit like a river. Again, it may be the angle of the photograph, but that would have been one of the adjustments that I would have made on that one. This is a traditional Burberry store with serif. And I believe now they may be using a sans serif font. This is a nice example of sans serif. Nice kerning and nice leading. Which is the leading is the space between two between the lines. Famous Costco logo. Tight kerning. It almost looks like this was tracking, right? Even on the word wholesale. Big, bold, sans serif letters. Another combination of, this looks, I may be wrong, but I believe the Donna Karan here is sans serif, and the New York may be a serif. It's hard to tell from that angle. Definitely sans serif. But if you look at the Y, and at the Y here, I think it's a sans serif, but it almost looks like it has like little feet at the bottom. But look what they did with the spacing here on the kerning. And I think that you needed to be a hair closer to the D, not much. Because all this space, the space between each one of those letters, it all looks similar with the exception of the D and the U. And then the B and the Y should have come a little closer towards the AKER. Nice example of serif in here. And they went ahead and put a background on it and connected the R and the E. Another example of serif. They tried to maintain the space in between the letters, but you can see that it's kind of inconsistent a little bit. Beautiful example of a sans serif. The different sizes actually complement each other really well. Same typeface, and look at the leading, extremely close. This is a nice example of sans serif. They did a pretty good job spacing out the letters, making them look exactly equal. The Y and the A may be a hair too separated. Another example of serif and sans serif together. This almost looks like the workshop needed to get just a hair closer. Nice example of sans serif. Look at the kerning, very, very tight. Look how the R was made bigger and it's touching the I. And then this one's an example of serif. So I hope that those spark some ideas. This assignment is due this week. And let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.